it's Emma, and this is my full coverage foundation routine using MAC products. I know a lot of people who don't really like MAC's face products, but I think that's kind of a shame. MAC does actually have some really nice face products. So I'm just gonna show in this video how I use my MAC products to create this kind of flawless foundation routine. Here's the tutorial. I'm gonna use MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15 foundation, and my color is NW13, and I'm gonna apply this foundation with a sponge, and I'm gonna spray the sponge with MAC Fix Plus, which is a setting spray. And when I then use the sponge to apply the foundation with, it will make it set better into the skin and look less cakey. And then I kind of squeeze the sponge just to kind of distribute the setting spray. And then I apply it in dots all over my face, but not around my eyes. And then I use the sponge to stipple the foundation on. Okay, so that is the first layer of foundation. You can see how dark I am around the eyes. I'm gonna do something about that in 2 minutes. But you can also see how full coverage this foundation really is. You can still see my acne, my acne scarring kind of through the foundation over here. But I'm gonna apply a second layer. So now for underneath my eyes, I'm gonna use MAC's Studio Finish Concealer with SPF 35, and my color is NC15, and I'm gonna apply this underneath my eyes. So I'm just using my ring finger. So when you apply your under eye concealer, take a mirror and kind of look up into it, and then use your ring finger to apply the concealer with, and in this way you just get the best and the most gently application. And I think this concealer kind of speaks for itself. This concealer is also full coverage, and you can use it both underneath your eyes and to cover blemishes. Okay, so you can see here on my eyelid, you can kind of see some of my veins. And you can also just see that my eyelid is a bit darker than the rest of my face. So I'm also just going to do something to correct that. And I'm not really a fan of applying foundation or concealer on top of my eyelid because it just creases like hell. So I go straight in with MAC's Paint in Untitled, and this is really close to my skin tone. I'm going to apply my second layer of foundation, but only in the areas where I need it. So I'm just going to apply it over at this side and over on this side right here. And I'm also going to blend it down my neck to make sure my neck and my face matches. And when I blend the foundation down my neck, I like to more so blend it like this than to do the stipple motion, because I don't really have anything to cover up on my neck. I just need it to be the same color as my face, so I don't need the heavy layer. So when you go like this, you get a more thin layer, and when you stipple, you get the really kind of more full coverage. You get the more full coverage layer. And now I have all my liquids and creams applied. So now I'm just going to set it with powder. But before I do that, I'm going to blend out my concealer underneath my eyes, because as you can see, it has started to crease. And I'm gonna use the tip of the sponge. And now you can see that the creases are gone, but they will start to show again if I don't set my makeup with powder. So I'm gonna use MAC's Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, and my color is NW15. It looks like this, and it's a powder foundation, so it has a lot of coverage. I'm gonna use a small fluffy brush to apply the powder underneath my eyes. Then I'm gonna use a big powder brush to apply the powder to my T-zone. And then lastly, I'm gonna use a flat top powder brush to apply it to my cheeks where I have my acne. And a flat brush just helps to give the full coverage instead of the more fluffy regular powder brush, which gives a lighter coverage. And I'm also just going over my ears just to make sure my ears matches my face. And of course I'm going down my neck to set the foundation applied on my neck. So now my face looks really flawless, but it also looks really flat. So I'm gonna bring some shape and some color back into my face, and I'm gonna start with a little bit of blush. And I'm using MAC's Hello Kitty Beauty Powder in Pretty Baby. MAC's Beauty Powders, I kind of like lightly tinted powders, but because I'm so pale, I can actually use the beauty powders as blushes. And I'm just gonna use a blush brush to apply it with. If you smile, then here are your apples, the apples of your cheeks. So what I like to do when I apply my blush is I like to apply it from my apples and then sweep it kind of upwards, and bringing your blush upwards just kind of lifts the face. I want you to the rhythm and the bass up in my face, but you're blocking the floor. I'm running out of time, don't need no lines from the top. And you can kind of see the color is starting to come back into my face. And then I'm gonna use this highlight powder, also from MAC, and it's called Spectacle, and it's a really light pink. And I'm gonna use this as a highlighter, but also kind of like a lighter blush. So I'm just going to apply it right here, right above the blush I just placed. And I'm just gonna use a angled kind of blush brush for that. The rhythm and the bass up in my face, but you're blocked. And I'm also going to apply it a bit down my nose. I'm running out of time. And a bit above my top lip. And also a little bit on my chin. And then lastly a little bit on my forehead. And then lastly, to finish off my foundation routine, I'm just gonna spray my face with MAC's Fix Plus. And this will both set my makeup, and also it will kind of take away the kind of powdery finish it has got, because I used quite a lot of powder. Close your eyes, close your mouth. And then let it dry, and that is the final look. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you do, then give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.